And so far, I mean, now if you get buck wild at my weight of 220, you could actually bottom out just a little bit. Give it the old, see if we can break it test. I'm not really hearing any creaking, nothing's bending, anything like that. You know, so what is going on? Listen, we are moving into November, which means, you know, it's going to be getting a little colder, and I'm going to be looking for ways to keep warmer at camp. And a real easy, passive way you can do this to keep warm is to get your sleeping accommodations off the cold ground. So the guys at NatureHike sent me a little package today, XJC08. This is a camping cot with a little bit of a twist, not just your normal camping cot. Let's talk about it. All right, start out with, you know, as usual, most NatureHike products, they give you a really nice bag that it comes in. I imagine the material that this is made out of is the same as the bag. This is a 300D weave on this material right here. Feels, you know, kind of polyester, but has kind of a canvasy sort of feel about it. Doesn't have that flimsy, like, tent type feeling, you know what I mean? All right, so you get the base of the cot. Now, the base of this cot, what I said might be a little extra. This is going to be 75 inches long, which, like normal, they kind of would be. But this is going to be 29.5 inches wide, where most cots you're going to see are probably sitting at like 26. So nice base that sets out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start out, what you want to do is turn that upside down, okay? Because in the bag, you get a couple more things. You get several sets of these. These are going to be the legs and the tensioners. So there's a couple of those. 8 different feet right here are going to give you a lot of sturdiness. There shouldn't be any kind of creaking or rocking around with that. And then you're going to get what are like tent pole pipes that are going to go in each side, you know, to set this up. All right, so, you know, like I said, pretty standard with these. Tent poles, they pretty much assemble themselves, similar to a lot of NatureHike products. So then what you want to do is, at one end, there's going to be a little flap right here. And you'll notice it's got a covering on the bottom. This other side is completely blocked off. And this side with the little pull tab is where you want to start, because this is going to help you get that last couple of inches in there. So simply, once your pole's erected, slide it into this side, and you're just going to keep inside this slot as you bring it down the side of the cot. Every once in a while, there's an opportunity for it to jump out. So you just got to make sure you're guiding in good. Got another one. All right, and then like I said, this side's going to have a complete stop on it, so that's not going to be a problem. So then when you get down to this side here, this is where this little flap is going to come in handy, because you're going to hold on to the pipe right here, and you're going to use this flap to slip that right into this little pocket that's on the bottom. And then you have, you know, one full side. All right, so let me get this other side slapped on, and we'll take a look at how the legs work. All right, so once this is all laid out, framed out, everything's tucked in, you get these little doohickeys that I said these are the legs and the tensioners all in one. So those go slide into each other again. Okay, so and what I like to do is, it's got a little gitchy, it's got this little mechanism that's on there. I lock this one into place first. And what it does is it fits right into the way the pole sticks out right there. This slots right into it, actually gives it a little kind of a clip-in feel. Then you're gonna make sure you're wiggling loose here a little bit, and you're gonna fit this side into that pipe, and then simply you just have to muscle it a little bit, and now you're locked into position. Real easy to do. Pop that one together. Like I said, I locked this one already. Right back into the slot. This one into this slot. Strong arm it a little bit into position. There you go. All right, so I'm going to put the other legs on this. We're going to flip it over, see if I can break it. All righty. So the thing about this cot is, besides being a little extra wide, it's actually 8.5 inches, 8.3 inches off the ground, which is just a little bit higher than normal, but not so high that you're like at one of those high level ones, if that sentence made any sense to you. I have a different cot that I use in this tent sometimes, and it's just way too high. It comes up here, and it doesn't give you a whole lot of room left for headroom. Let's look at these legs for a second. Like I said, there's 8 of them. And they're just a double-legged. This is also the mechanism right here. This little catchy is what you're going to open up to take the pressure off, the way this slot works here on this pole. So you get a couple pockets. Each one of these has a little, like a tie down that are right here, in case you need to bolt your mattress to yourself. I don't know exactly what those are for. All right, let's lay on it. All right, so NatureHike has this cot holding 330 pounds. I'm not quite all of that, but we're going to see what happens. You know how I like to do these. Especially at this level, you're an old cat, you're not going to be able to crouch all down and get all gentle with this thing, you know what I mean? You're just going to have to, sometimes you're going to have to come in and just lay down in it. And so far, I mean, now if you get buck wild at my weight of 220, you could actually bottom out just a little bit. But you know, the springiness of this thing is actually really nice. It's got just a tad of bounce to it. So your fat parts are sinking in. You know, you're well off the ground. Like I said, leave yourself a little air gap down here, because I'm going to have a diesel heater or something running that's going to be able to bathe you in the warmth, you know. But, you know, get yourself a little pillow, plenty of room. Now I can roll and sleep on my back this way and still have room to, you know, kind of sleep sort of. At 29.5 inches, it's not, you know, crazy wide, but just that little extra room on the sides will make it so, you know, you can keep your arms on without flinging off or something like that. I kind of like it. This little spring is doing well. Probably, let's see if I got room. Slide up, fit my whole body on there, no problem. Feet are on. Would have room for a little pillow right here. Like I said, it's still going to give me a little room above me, so that way if I sit up in bed, I'm not touching the place. You could probably just cross your legs in front of you like this and kind of use it as a couch if you wanted to. Give it the old, see if we can break it test. I'm not really hearing any creaking, nothing's bending, anything like that. You know, so seal of approval from me. If you're interested in something a little more comfortable when you're out camping than just laying on the floor, and like I said, coming into winter, you're going to want to get off that ground anyways, just to be a little warmer. Check out this NatureHike cot. It's the extra wide XCJ08. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all take it easy.